Hey guys, Koopa and D-Forbes here, and today we're going to have a little bit of a talk about Borderlands 3. Now, I don't know if you know this, but it has been confirmed. They are working on it. So, we're going to talk about some things that we expect in Borderlands 3, or at least we hope for in Borderlands 3. I do have my list with me, so I wouldn't forget anything. The number one, and even though I'm on console, this might not make sense to some people, but it's mods and support, not mods like a weapon that will let you one-shot everything. But if you watch, or if you follow Handsome Jack Boy or Jolts Dude 139, they do show some custom DLC that has been made by users, and it's really interesting, and it adds a lot of new elements to the game. So I would hope to see them approve. Oh, you're boring them. Maybe some mod support. That way everybody on PC, and I do hope to have one by the time Borderlands 3 comes out, that there is some approved mods for the game. So maybe users can come and create their own content. More bore action. Because what makes it awesome for mods is like games like Little Big Planet. I don't know if you've ever played it, but they have their own user creator levels, and a lot of people have created some awesome levels in Borderlands. So I would just like to see that. Next up is better gear from raid bosses. Now, if you're gonna fight a raid boss, you should, oh jeez, you should get some awesome loot. I think so. If you watch my previous video on Cromarax from Borderlands, he drops at least 5 to 6 legendaries each kill. And the reason I think they did that in the first one was because he was supposed to be invincible. Now, if you're going to spend a lot of time killing a boss, you want to feel rewarded, so why not have a bunch of legendaries or maybe gear that will help you kill him maybe quicker next time? I don't know if that makes sense to you, but that's something I would hope to see, is just better gear to drop. Another thing is item crafting. In this game you have, like, if you run through it and you beat it a few times, you have full iridium, maybe full seraph crystals that you have nothing to do with it because you already maxed out, you know, your magazine size. You already have all the seraph weapons. So what are you going to do with that stuff? So what I would like to see is them take the iridium or seraph crystals or whatever currency that they have and maybe let you upgrade your weapon. Like, say, a different scope, a bigger magazine size, maybe mixing in some elements to your weapon so you can have a dual element weapon. You know, stuff like that. I think it would be awesome. And something they left out from the first game was the battle arenas, where you would get in 1, 2, up to 4 players and just have waves and waves of enemies coming at you. That's something they left out in this game. They still have arenas, but it's not like it was in the first game. Another thing is an equipable melee weapon. I know Krieg has his buzz axe and Zero has his katana or whatever it is, but it'd be nice to see if everyone can have an equipable bladed weapon or a melee weapon. It doesn't have to be bladed, but I don't know. I think that would be something nice to see, an actual equipable melee weapon. Next up is loot. Not loot from, you know, a raid boss, but I think everybody should get the same loot from killing a boss or as a mission reward. because you know there's a lot of people that say if you play online and you don't know them, you hop into somebody else's game, they just grab all the loot. So I think if they grabbed all of it, it should go to everybody, and then you can get the choice of either keeping it or just dropping it or selling it, something. But if I see, like, let's say if we kill a raid boss and somebody picks up this herald, and I didn't get a chance to get it because they go ahead and loot ninja it. If they set it to where we can all get it, you know, we all have a great weapon to go do some more farming. Next up is backpack space. This game, you're maxed out at 39, unless you mod it. There's too many weapons and items to just have 39 in your backpack. And especially if they take my suggestion of having an equipable melee weapon that adds a whole new inventory or item for your inventory. So I like to see the backpack maybe double in size. I know that might be a bit extreme, but you know, it's Borderlands. There's loot everywhere. Next up is a variety of Vault Hunters. It seems like each game they started out with 4. Actually, in the first one they only had 4. And then the second game you started out with 4 also. But then they added Gage and Krieg. So now you have a total of 10 Vault Hunters. I hope they add 4 more in the next one. And also bring back these 10. So you can have a choice of a total of 14 new Vault Hunters. And hopefully they allow more than 4 players in a co-op game. Say 6 to 8. I think that would be awesome, especially if they add more Vault Hunters. Also give them their own special ability. I don't know where you can go from here to add, you know, a special ability to keep it original, but who knows? That's why they're in charge at Borderlands 3 and not me. Next up, better DLC. Now I know the Headhunter packs in this were supposed to be, you know, just that, Headhunter packs where you get new heads, but I would like to see DLC more along the lines of the General Knox one or Tiny Tina's DLC in this game, because those added a lot to the story and were very interesting. You know, Mr. Torg's campaign, it was kind of just along with the Headhunter packs, they were just kind of really short, and all you get was a new head. No new weapons, no new shields, no new relics, nothing new was added, just a head. So hopefully we see something new with that. And lastly, I think a lot of people will agree, no 3 like playthroughs to the game. You have your regular mode, True Vault Hunter, and Ultimate. Why not just have it run through one part of the game where every enemy levels up to you? So say if you're in True Vault Hunter mode and you go farming for a weapon, but the level's capped at level 35, I believe, you're only going to get a max level 35 weapon. So if they had the enemies scale to you, you can just keep farming over and over and get a level weapon that's at your current level.
You could have just muted your mic.
That's what I did.
Okay.
So that's my suggestions. What about you?
You actually covered a lot of the things I was going to say, but I'm going to take some things that I liked about various other games. I'm going to start off with Call of Duty Ghost Extinction. So, I'm not comparing the actual gameplay to it, but the fact that there was an armory where you could upgrade your soldier, so along the lines of what Koopa said, taking currency that you build up over time and have no need for, and allowing you to upgrade yourself so you can have more fun with the game. But it was just really cool to see in Extinction, because you knew when somebody had upgrades, you knew it was going to be a good game. So just having that would bring another dimension into the game, knowing that you have an experienced player. I think it will just make it more fun if you're playing in public lobs. Another thing that I wanted to agree with Koopa on is the loot. The legendaries in this game I found were really good, but like some of the pearls are just not great. The Seraph guns sometimes aren't good. I know the grenade I got off of Pyro Pete when I farmed him by myself was horrible. But I just hope that when they scale these guns up and other weapons, that they do a better job of making sure they're actually better than the legendaries.
Oh yeah, I agree. Like, the pearls in this game need a huge buff. The pearls in the first Borderlands were insane. This game, it's like you see a pearl, it's like, who cares?
Yeah.
What else?
It's kind of hard for me. It's kind of hard for me to add on to everything you said, because you made a lot of very good points of some of the weak points of this game, and how they could make it better. And honestly, I think they should take these suggestions, because I know I would enjoy this game a lot more if they include some of the stuff you just mentioned.
There is another thing I left off, and it kind of conflicts with what I have, my badass rank. I think they should take away the actual badass rank and go back to the system where you had to kill enemies with that certain weapon type to level it up. And if you play the first one, I think it caps at like 100 or something. But
yeah,
the reason why I want that is because if people have, a high badass rank like I do, it could ruin the game for some people. Like, I get kicked out of games for sometimes because I just try and help people out by getting them, to OP8 or just killing bosses for them that they can't do. And they don't really enjoy that. What they want to do is, they want to grind themselves. And if I come in here and I just one-shot it, that's no fun for them. And you can't really choose, who joins your game. You can kick them out once you realize what they're doing, but sometimes it's too late. So I'd like to see them go back to their original system, take away the badass tokens. It is fun to kill things instantly and do some farming, but I think what Borderlands mostly about is grinding. Farming a boss over and over to try and get that certain weapon or item that you want. It's kind of
another thing that would go ahead.
It's kind of rewarding to, finally be able to kill a raid boss that you couldn't for so long. To me, it's better than somebody just coming in, instantly killing it, and that being that. There's no reward in that. I mean, you might get, a legendary or some kind of weapon, but you didn't really work for that. It's the other person that came in, killed it instantly to get you that weapon. Alright, you go ahead.
Alright, so what I was going to say is the system that you mentioned where you would have to use that gun type to upgrade its stats would also contribute to the team aspect of Borderlands. Because obviously there's different Vault Hunters and they all have their special little abilities, and I was thinking about mentioning like more of a support role, but the siren kind of takes care of that.
Yeah.
But if you have a system in which the player chooses which gun he uses, or he or she uses to upgrade, it would contribute more to the character, because obviously I use snipers all the time, so
Yeah.
if I consistently use a sniper, and I'd be a very effective sniper in the game.
Yeah.
And like that would go for everyone else except for maybe Salvador. Because he's kind of supposed to be a moving tank, so
He is a tank. I think I got everything out.
like, yeah.
Oh, I might have missed something out. But if there's anything else that you can think of.
I think I'm just gonna elaborate a little more on the
Okay.
single playthrough thing. Is repeating the same story 3 times is pretty boring, as well as time consuming, just for better weapons.
Yeah.
Like if you really wanted that, you could just find someone like you and I and ask them to drop their guns for you, if that's all you're doing it for. With a single playthrough, you could stop when you want and pick it up where you left off, and you don't have to keep switching every time you join somebody else's lobby. That was one of the things I wanted to take from Destiny, because they matchmake based on level. So you can run around an open world with all different types of levels, but you would mostly only see those players with that of the same level as you, so you don't have to worry about someone joining in and just killing the entire map. Because I started that game really late. It was back when Headhunter first got his PS4. That's when I first played Destiny. I was still able to play with players my level, even though when you went back to the tower, you see everybody with all their customized gear and level 50 or whatever it is, and 30. Just completely maxed out, but once you actually play the game, everybody's the same level as you, in the missions at least. But I hope they have a single playthrough, because that'd make it a lot better.
Yeah, maybe do like a single playthrough, and you have to do the arenas in order to level up to max out your character or something.
Yeah, like almost like Call of Duty Zombies. You see what wave you get to, and then you'll earn upgrades instead of just repeating that process on like Zombies.
Yeah.
Like you'll actually get a reward for it, and that way you'd be able to get better. That's all I got. I pretty much just elaborated on your ideas.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think we nailed everything. If we did leave something out, let us know in the comments. Let us know what you think also. Maybe there's something that you don't agree with us. So, yeah. I think we covered everything. If we left anything out, feel free to let us know. Feel free to add to us. Maybe expand on a topic that you think needs it. hopefully this video will make it to whoever it needs to be. Maybe it can influence somebody at Borderlands 3. Maybe they can listen to our suggestions. And we'll go from there.
Just one more thing. Look around right now. You killed Cromarax once, and you had 5 legendaries. We killed Terra Orphan'd 3 or 4 times, for 1 legendary each, and the rest of it's just blue.
Yeah.
Green.
Yeah, that's something I talked about in my Cromarax video. If you guys want to check that out, I'll leave a link in the description. But raid bosses definitely do need to drop better loot. Have a higher chance at legendaries, not just, you know, this crap that you see in front of you. Like a Slayer of Terramorphous mod. Nobody wants that. Unless you're, like, using Gauge or something to have her, I forget what ability it was, the Anarchy to max out. But that's it. You know, I can't really think of anything else that you would need the Slayer class mod for. So that's going to wrap it up for us. Like the video if you agree. If you don't agree, let us know. Share it with your friends so hopefully this will get out to more people. And subscribe to see more. Maybe this video will get out to somebody and you can check out the updates. Maybe somebody at Gearbox, if they make Borderlands 3, will hear it. They can get back to us. So thank you guys, and we'll catch you in the next one.
See you.